Hey guys, I'm Paul the Motor Guy. And if you're having trouble with U-turns, or if you're plateaued and have trouble tightening up your U-turns, well in this video, I'm gonna cover 3 things that might be holding you back. So hang tight. All right guys, so for this video, I'm using an 18-foot U-turn box to do my demo. Now, the most common thing I see is that riders fail to use all their space. Meaning, when they come in to make their U-turn, they're about a foot off the wall. So now, because the bike placement is bad, they made an 18-foot U-turn box, a 17-foot U-turn box, which makes it harder. Now you can make that, but now you have to work harder. So what you want to do is make sure when you're coming in, you use all your space. You want to hug this wall. Now when I teach riders that are new to slow speed maneuvers, I would normally have them start by coming straight down the wall, because I found that it's easier for them to get their bike placement if they're just riding straight down. Now another thing you can do is you can do that quick dip prior to making your turn. But the problem I found with new riders when you teach them the quick dip is that normally when they make that dip to the right to start their left U-turn, their wheel placement is off, normally about a foot or so. So again, if you're beginning with this, I suggest you start coming straight down the wall. So what you want to do is you want to come in, get as close to these cones as you can, using all your space. So now when you make this U-turn box, is you don't have to work as hard. Now the second thing I see is the head and eyes. So riders will come in. Let's say everything's good here. Now when they make their turn, they turn their head parallel and they start looking at the wall over there. Now when you do that, remember the bike wants to go where you look. So you end up making a wide turn because of where you're looking. Now remember, when you're doing a U-turn, you want to go back behind you and you want to make it as tight as you can. So instead of looking at the wall, you want to come in here. Once I'm ready to start my U-turn, I'm turning my head all the way around, looking back behind me. Now, a good head turn on a motorcycle is you should be able to see the trunk of your motorcycle in your peripheral vision, or the back of your motorcycle in your peripheral vision. If you can't see that, then it's not a good head turn when it comes to a motorcycle. So now when I'm teaching this, when I tell riders to turn their head, the most they ever turn their head is parallel. I mean, this is a common thing that I see. So I asked myself, why is that? And this is what I came up with. So in life, the furthest we ever turn our head is parallel. So let me give an example. So if I was have my back to you and you were calling me, I would not turn around and talk to you like this, right? What I would do is just turn my whole body around and talk to you. So this full head turn is not as common, or it's not as easy as you think, because it's not natural for us to do. Now the third thing is that we fail to turn our handlebars. So now I'm gonna get on the bike, pull it up here so I can demonstrate what I'm talking about. All right guys, so I'm on the bike. Now let's talk about handlebar turns, because this is something that we've all struggled with at some point in time. Now if I turn these handlebars to full lock, as far as they will go, I have the full turn radius of this motorcycle. And what we do at work is we'll lock the handlebars and then we'll lean the motorcycle, which gives us a tighter turn radius. Now, for every little bit that I'm not at full lock, let's say I turn here, the only way to get that same turn radius is I have to lean the motorcycle more. But I always say, why work harder instead of smarter and just turn the handlebars? Now again, this is much easier said than done. So again, I'm thinking, why do we have this issue? What is that we all have in common that we have this issue of turning into handlebars to full lock? So this is what I came up with. So we've all had ridden bicycles, or some of us still ride bicycles, and what happens if you do this on a bicycle? That's right, bad things happen, right? I broke my nose as a kid doing that. I pedaled the handlebar, I pedaled, the handlebars turned, the bike went end over end, and I hit the ground with my nose and broke my nose. So now you're saying, what does it have to do with the motorcycle? Well, when I sit on this motorcycle, I think it has a lot of similarities to a bicycle. It has handlebars, hand grips, so I think our brains go back to, I can't do this because bad things happen when I do this. So what I did one motor school is I got everybody in front and I did this. As you can see, it's only about 45 degrees. So what happens? The light bulbs cause the flicker, everybody's kind of shaking their head, but me telling you this in 1 minute isn't going to change 30, 40, 50 years if I can't. It's a process. So the more you practice turning your handlebars, the more comfortable you will get. So now I'm going to get my helmet on. I'm going to do a couple of U-turns for you. Now as you watch it, I want you to notice my full head turn and also how I'm using all my space and how I'm turning my handlebars. Now I'll come in first. On the first one, I'll come in straight down the line and do it. And then I do one that has the dip with it so you can see both. All right, so for this first one, I'm gonna ride straight down the wall so you can see what it looks like. Again, I wanna get as close to the wall as I can, use all my space. All right, now I'm gonna come in, let me do one to the right also. Same thing, use all my space. When I'm ready, I'm gonna turn the hand to my bars. All right, so now I'm gonna come in and do that quick dip for you. So you wanna get a little bit off the wall for your stuff part to quick dip. Come back to the left first. Same thing. I'm gonna come in and do to the right. Quick dip. All right. Now, I hope this video helps you. If you're having trouble, just look at those 3 things. That's normally what I see that causes problems. Those 3 things. Now, I also recommend you watching this video here where I give you 10 tips to making a U-turn. Now, until next time, practice, 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 and ride safe.